The content on this channel has been created for adults. If you're not at least 13 years of age or older, then please do not watch this content. Sorry, dude. Come back when you're 13.
Yeah, baby girl. You know what I want to do. Come on. Yeah, baby girl.
What's up, family? Welcome back to another video. It's your homie Faith Chase, aka Crossifex, aka Chosen Effect, back on the deck, getting ready to wreck the set. And don't you forget, guys, you already know we're back with more Queen. I don't even need to tell you that, but it is a reaction request from Zenobia. I do need to tell you that. And the name of this one is Days of Our Lives Part 1. I do need to tell you that. Now, because it is a very long video, goes for 1 hour, obviously we can't do all of that. We're going to have to just do a portion of it right now. And yeah, like just like I am, if you watch the previous video, I am looking at a way of infusing that into the reaction request that you can choose from. You can do like a doc or something, or maybe you know, a concert or whatever, because there's a lot of people who have been wanting to request stuff like that. So yeah, so give me some time to just get into the website and add that to there, yeah, we'll make it something you guys can choose. But yeah, anyways, we'll just do a part of it right now. And yeah, guys, let's just get into it. What do you say? Just get straight into it? Let's just do it. Let's just get straight into it. All right. By the way, if you're new, subscribe. Cool. Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Love you. All right, here we go. Let's get it.
There's been a lot of rumors lately about a certain band or Queen. The rumors are that we're going to split up. What do you think? They're talking from here. So forget those rumors. We're going to stay together until we fucking will die, I'm sure.
There really wasn't much sex and, well, there wasn't much drugs. I don't think you'd be able to do that now, would you?
For that moment, we kind of owned the world.
Where's the modesty gone?
Well, there isn't any.
The reasons I never quite understood. A lot of the press took against them.
England doesn't really think we're that cool.
But I mean, I don't want some arsehole critic to tell me that.
You might as well sort of paint a target on your head and go, shoot me.
I think when you go all the way up, the only place is to come down.
The controversy behind Sun City, which I'd never heard of the place.
Whenever the band came under pressure, there would be a walkout, a separation, a row.
We were at a really crucial point. We might have had to break up.
The arguments were creative and then it would become personal. Of course.
There is an inward jealousy, and they're all wondering and all waiting for us to see if say, my album's going to do better than the last Queen album.
Freddie took to the gay scene like David Attenborough making a wildlife program.
I just want to pack in as much of life and having a good time as much as I can.
This looks like it's going to be a really good
London,
job.
the Imperial College of Science and Technology. Meeting place for space scientists from 50 nations. Specialists who will help develop the equipment which has taken mankind into the new age of space exploration.
Yeah, now let's just separate topics since they brought that up. We're behind schedule. Like there seemed to be a lot of motivation, excitement there about the future, this and that, space exploration, but sorry guys, a little bit of a disappointment, I would say. Would you agree with that? Like, I mean, we haven't even gone back to the moon properly, any of that stuff. We haven't landed on the moon again since they've landed on the moon. I mean, it's kind of comical. Like, we haven't really done much. You know, we've sent basically a freaking Hot Wheel to Mars. Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything just slowed down. And I mean, I guess we have the presidents that we've had in office to blame who haven't pushed freaking space exploration more, man. Like, what the freak? I mean, at least Donald has freaking got us a space force now. That's going to be handy in the future. Well, yeah, one day. It was back to Queen.
We've got Brian May on guitar.
I was studying physics as an undergraduate here, but astronomy was always my thing. And so I did the astronomy postgraduate for a PhD. When we were at school, me and my mates had a group called 1984.
And when I left for university, the singer that we had, Tim Staffel, and myself decided to put a new group together called Smile.
We've got Roger Meadows-Taylor on percussion.
There was a notice board somewhere here where you would pin items that were of interest to musicians. So this is where I put my notice saying drummer wanted.
We need Ginger Baker, Mitch Mitchell type drummer.
I booked this little jazz club room here, and Roger brought his kit in. I brought a guitar and an amp. It's the first time we played together.
Oh, this is cool.
When she was done, she hung them up.
Something happened. I have to say, we thought, there is some kind of special sound to this. I guess we had the same sort of sound in our heads.
Guys, we definitely got to go and try to find Smile stuff to react to as well, because that's cool. Like, you know, it's part of this whole thing, man. I like seeing this early stuff. Like, it is so cool seeing how it all came together. How did they become the biggest rock group of all time? How did it happen? This is really cool to see how it all became a reality. Good request, Zenobia. Good job.
Freddie Mercury on vocals.
Freddie came from a colonial background. He was born in Zanzibar and he went to boarding school in India. I first met Freddie at Ealing Art School in 1968, and there was a piano down there, and Freddie would do this kind of flowery style on the piano, and it was very Mozart and effective, but unique, you know. You'd never seen anybody play the piano like that before. The first time he sang, you knew straight away that that voice was going places.
When you walk in the joint, I could see you were a man of distinction, a real big spender, good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind?
I used to follow sort of Smile a lot, you know. We were like friends. I used to go to their shows.
Freddie was waiting in the wings, literally, and advising us on what to do.
And he would always say, you know, you guys are brilliant, brilliant, it's amazing, but, you know, you should do this and you should do this.
What did you see in what Brian and Rog were doing with Smile?
Nothing.
I think he sort of had in the back of his mind maybe, you know, some idea about maybe working with us.
Freddie told everybody that he was going to be a pop star, and we didn't take it that seriously, really. And he was sitting over there one night, and I walked in the pub, and he just put his head in his hands like this and looking really depressed. And I walked over and said, what's the matter with you? I said, I'm not going to be a pop star. And very slowly, he stood up and he said, I'm going to be a legend.
I love it.
cool. And that's really important, guys. Like, seriously, it's something I always tell all my artists and things like that. Like, and you know, you've got to fake it till you make it. It starts with a thought, you know, if you start believing it, if you start actually living that way and thinking that way and start doing the things like, you know, it's this process that I call future pacing, which basically, if you can see it 5 years from now, then you can create that reality. If you can see it, you can be it. If you can see it, you can create it, you can have it, you can achieve it. It's all about being able to see that vision. And once you see it, then you can put in the work and the effort and energy and all you got to do to create that reality, because you know you've already seen it, that you can have it, that it's attainable. So I love that. I love him saying that, because that was him planting that seed already and planting that. And he believed in it enough. He believed enough. He put in the hard work enough. They all together just did the same thing. You know what I mean? They all had that same just belief process. Obviously, they had to believe it or they wouldn't have gotten there. You know what I mean? So, you know, I like that. I love when you hear that kind of thing, you know. It's really good, especially if you've got a group situation and you've got a bunch of other people that can help you, you know, through the times when sometimes you feel like, you know, you need a bit of a pep me up because you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Are we wasting our time? Is this even possible? And then someone else will be like, you got this. Don't give up. You can do this. Just keep on keeping on. Like, keep on. We can do this, guys. And that's good when you've got a group that you can bounce off of and help with that process, because otherwise you can get to a point where you're like, man, we're wasting our time. Especially when it comes to the music industry, because it's just so hard. It's really, well, especially back then, it was even harder than now. Now you can put out your own music and you can pave a path for yourself. But back then, it was 8,000,000% harder. You didn't have social media and things that you have today. You didn't have the internet and all that cool stuff. So anyways, let's continue.
Although we had a lot of successful gigs and we played colleges and we played pubs and small clubs up and down the country, we just never got anywhere.
Smile made a single which did nothing at all, and then Tim, our singer, got an offer from someone else, and someone else was called Humpy Bong.
So Tim sodded off to that. And Freddie sort of got us.
Wow, so Tim betrayed them? Is that kind of what happened? This Tim guy? He freaking was like, screw you guys, I'm going to go with this other group because I think they're going to make it and they're better. Is that what he did? Did he dog them like that? Man, he deserves not to be part of the freaking history of Queen's freaking success than if he just abandoned him like that. Like that's freaking messed up, man. How could he do that? Let me know in the comments. Is this Tim guy still around? Is he still performing? Like, what's his story? Like, that's not cool what he did. But I guess everything happens for a reason, because if he didn't, then Freddie wouldn't have been there, and then, yeah, so, well, thanks, Tim. I guess we're going to thank you then on the flip side. I was looking at that from the wrong perspective. I mean, it was pretty a dog thing to do, but on the flip side, hey, they got Queen together with Freddie, and freaking fantastic. Plus, have I heard any of his songs, guys? Have I heard his voice? I don't know. So, you know. I'm sure he wasn't no Freddie. Maybe he was, I don't know. Just having a little fun here. I just don't like that he abandoned the boys, but you know, whatever. I'll get over it. Like, literally, now.
She said, come on, you can't give up. I want to sing.
So we decided we'd, you know, take the plunge. And it was then I sort of thought about the name Queen.
Why Queen?
I don't know, at the time it was outrageous.
So here we have the main hall. In 1973, this is where Queen played, and this is really the first proper advertised gig we ever did, I would think. And it's certainly the first review we ever got by Rosemary Horide of what was then Disc.
From the very beginning, Freddie was absolutely remarkable for stagecraft. He had a presence unlike anything that I'd ever seen, and I'd been a music journalist for a long time.
Freddie, even from those days, had an ability to work an audience, and they would eat out of his hand.
He could actually turn his hand round like that and do that, and the audience would stand up.
I have sinned, dear Father, Father, I have sinned. Try and help me, Father. Won't you let me in?
I think at the first moment when I thought, my God, something's really happening here, people actually want to see us and they know what we're about.
When they came along, there had been a denim rock movement, if you like, with Status Quo, Uriah Heep. I just think Queen were an incredible breath of fresh air in rock music. They had brilliant songs. Freddie Mercury was an absolutely charismatic frontman. Brian May was just this brilliant guitarist, and Roger Taylor was a phenomenal drummer, and you had that guy that played bass.
We spent a couple of years looking for a bass player. We had several bass players. Very hard to find the right guy. Then we found John.
Deacon John on bass.
So I came along in a way as a bit of an outsider at first. And it did take me quite a few years to sort of grow more into the group, you know, and find myself at, you know, at home, really.
Before we signed to a record label, we actually signed to Trident Productions, a management company run by the Sheffield brothers, who had their own studio right in the middle of Soho.
Recording our first album, we were all still just students finishing off our degrees.
We had to do it in what time was available because, you know, the studio was being booked up all the time. So we had to go in, you know, sometimes at 2 o'clock in the morning and sometimes, you know, finishing at 6 in the morning. Yeah, all those sorts of weird times that nobody wanted.
You know, you could...
You know, that's actually, I remember actually, okay, this could be interesting to you guys. I'm going to reveal something I haven't told you guys, which, or maybe I've mentioned it, I don't know. I say a lot of things and then I forget I said them, so, but I might have told you, but I don't think so. But I was in a rock group at one stage myself, doing a bit of rock stuff, and, you know, quite interestingly, it was after I was already signed and I was doing, you know, my dance and techno, more that kind of stuff. That's when I first got signed. I was doing that style of music, but this turned out to be kind of more like a fun kind of passion thing, you know, like this was more like me and another friend who played the guitar and stuff, who was also an artist, but he was doing guitar. I had another friend, and we just kind of just thought it'd be a cool, just change of pace, you know what I mean? Like just something fun. And so I was like, thought, yeah, that'd be fun, that'd be cool, because like I love all music, like I have an appreciation for all music. And so I was doing more rock stuff, man. And it was a lot of fun, just it's a different vibe, you know what I mean? Different crowd, different everything. And I'll share that story another day anyways. I just thought I'd share it because of this part here where he's like, you know, trying to find studio time. And you'd go through the late hours because, you know, like the times that most people don't want to use the studio, generally you can get it for a lot cheaper. You can get a better price. You can work it because no one wants to be there at certain times, you know what I mean? Like the popular times are the popular times during the day, you know, where everyone is awake and, you know. But a lot of people don't want to do, you know, 4 a.m., you know, go in at 4 or stuff like that. So, but anyways, yeah, I just thought I'd share that. It's fun.
See the working girls at night through their lace curtains. So when we were mixing, we'd have a little bit of diversion. The album came out and sort of resoundingly crashed. Well, it really didn't do much.
Well, it's funny when you make your first album, you know, you go out into the record shops and you think, we're in the record stores now,
yeah.
And you go in and say, have you got the new Queen album? And they go, what? And it's a long haul.
Yeah. That is so true, man. When I first got my freaking first record deal, I was so excited. I was walking into freaking different, like, you know, CD shops and everywhere. I was going all over the place, you know, like, hey man, y'all got my new joint, man. Like I was there. But I had to do a lot of CD signings and stuff like, you know, I just go to a bunch of different CD shops, record stores, all those places, and we do like, you know, like sign and, you know, kind of talk about the album and things like that. I had to do that quite often. I'd go to tons of them and tour around the country, you know, and do like these little freaking, you know, hey, yeah, you know, check us out kind of things, you know, these signings and things, and do a little autograph session, talk about the album, you know, a little interview kind of action. And, you know, but then there was, you know, after you do that kind of thing, you know, it's cool, but then you go, I want to go and see if my music's actually in the stores and stuff. And you'd go and look and it's not there, and you go, oh, that sucks. Why don't you have it? And you hope they say because they're sold out. Yeah, a lot of times that's not the case. They just didn't have it. Yeah. Let's go.
With Queen 2, I couldn't believe how much work we put into that. I think we felt we were evolving our own sound.
For sure.
We were pioneering this sort of multi-tracking thing. It gave you a tremendous palette.
Yeah.
You get massive choral effects with just 3 of us singing.
I want to finish playing this now. See, now I'm addicted. I want to watch all the way through, but yeah, we're only 10 minutes in. I've already gone for 20 minutes. This very easily will be a freaking, this is like an hour right here for part 1. This would end up being a 3-hour reaction right now. So anyways, I'm gonna have to stop it here, unfortunately, but I hope you enjoyed this, guys, because I freaking enjoyed this. This is freaking so cool. I know a lot of you probably already watched this, but I love the history of how it came to be. I love that. I love the stories. I love the triumphs. I like hearing how they started from, you know, nothing or this and that, and how they got, I love those kind of stories. The feel-good stories, you know, and they inspire other artists, and inspires each and every one of us. Whether you're an artist or not, you're just a person and you're living life, you're out there, you've got dreams, you've got goals, you got things you want to do in life, you got things that you want to freaking do in life, you've got things that you want to do in your life. And then you watch something like this and you believe it's possible. You believe it's possible. You believe it's possible. Just like